Welcome back to Train Signal. This is Elias Kinaser, and you're watching Configuring and Deploying a Private Cloud with System Center 2012 7247 Certification Exam. So we've reached that point in the course where there's one more lesson, and then that final lesson where I'm going to encourage you to go about and win this exam essentially and put it in your pocket. And I'm all confident that after everything that we've done, this is going to be a cakewalk. But what I've done in this slide, what I've done in this entire lesson here is I've taken a lot of things from Microsoft, that would be a little hard or elusive to find and kind of compiled it for you so that you have an idea of kind of what you're up against in this exam. If you read through the exam profile that you have on the screen here, and this is again a copy and paste from Microsoft, I'm not going to go ahead and bore you and read it, you will find that the exam profile matches you exactly. Everything, all the functions, all the exercises that we've been doing during this course are listed here. So we've essentially gone through and used all the products that System Center, well, all the products within the private cloud realm that System Center 2012 offers in order to build a private cloud. So we did things like the VMM, we took care of Orchestrator, we took care of Ops, we took care of Service Manager, DPM, all of these products that are within the scope of the private cloud. Well, we've been working with them. We've designed, we've configured, we've deployed all of these components. So you should be an ideal candidate for this particular profile. But again, feel free to go through this information that I have here for you. Now, this exam is administered by Prometric. They can be reached on their website at www.prometric.com. Also, for more information about this particular exam, if you wanted it directly from the lion's mouth, I've posted the link to the Microsoft link here, though the website that specifically relates to this exam. The exam price is $150, so I want to make sure that you pass this on the first try. I'm not going to accept that any of my students have to take another try at this exam. I am all confident that you are going to pass this. As a matter of fact, I want you to tweet at eKinaser as soon as you pass it on the first try. And if you didn't pass it on the first try, I'll forgive you as long as you pass it, though. There is no giving up. That is not in the vocabulary. If you're not successful for whatever reason, maybe you weren't in the right mindset, I want you to go back. I want you to go through this material again, and I want you to go pass it and then let me know that you passed it. I've also essentially given you here an idea of the exam topics and weights so that you have an idea of what each section, how many questions, what you're kind of going to be weighted on. Some of the Microsoft questions, you might have questions on that exam that are actually not graded. Microsoft will put them there just for testing purposes, to see what the reaction is going to be. Maybe they'll apply them in a later exam, maybe not. So not all the questions that you'll see in front of you'll actually be graded against, but this gives you kind of an idea of what the weights look like. The types of questions, I get asked this a lot. Well, what types of questions? Well, it really depends. Microsoft has a large array, a large arsenal of different types of questions. It might be something active on the screen that you have to do. It might be where you have to build a list of drag and drop things onto one portion of the screen. It might be case studies. It might be create a tree. So there's drag and drop. There's a lot of types of questions that you might be up against in these types of exams, especially with a subject and a topic as broad as private cloud. Now, the candidate profile, and again, if the earlier one wasn't as clear, this is kind of a mixture of what Microsoft's saying and what I'm saying, essentially. So the 7247 exam is a rigorous examination of subjects that are critical to an administrator's role in, as defined by subject matter expert, SMEs at Microsoft. The role includes, you got your network administrators, network engineers, anybody who is a Microsoft Windows and Active Directory administrator, any data center administrators, any Microsoft certified associates, solution associates, any MCSEs out there, MCSMs. All of these folks, all of you folks are going to be good candidates for this exam. Personal study recommendations. So again, study for this exam. I recommend you go over the material that we've covered in this course and go over it again and again and again. If you feel you have a need to invest in test preparation, some of the ones that I'm recommending on the screen here, Measure Up and self-test software are pretty respectable, pretty reputable here. Explore all topics in greater detail if you need to on Microsoft's TechNet. There's elaborate information on there. If possible, build a home lab. It might take you longer and it might take you a little time, but you will learn a huge deal specifically when it comes to private cloud. The hands-on experience that you learn from building that lab is really just invaluable. And what not to do. Do not invest in brain dumps. We've spent a lot of time on this course together. We've invested a lot of effort. I want you to earn that certification without brain dumps. I want you to go in. I want you to be confident. If you need to invest in some test preparation, do that just to get a feel for the exam. But you're going to pass this. We've covered everything. There should be no reason, there should be no question that at this point you cannot feel. Now, nobody gets 100%. Remember, a passing score is a passing score. The last person in in the healthcare, if you're going to become a doctor, the last person in that class and the first person in that class are both going to be called doctors. So you don't need to overly worry about that. I just need you to pass the exam, having known and appreciated the material that we've covered. Now, this certification, once you've accomplished, when you've passed this exam, this will also count towards your other certifications, any other certifications that you might be going for within the Microsoft realm, Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate, the Solutions Expert, the Solutions Master, any of those, this exam will most definitely count towards that. And that's all there is to it. I really wish you the best of luck. I'm very confident that you're going to pass this exam and that we've done good work during this course that will enable you and equip you to pass this exam. With that being said, I hope this lesson was very informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.